Hello, 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 YouTube. Welcome to this live broadcast. I'm so glad you are here. Hello, Mike. Good to have you here. Hey, tell me where you're from. If you have any questions, any comments, make sure you do it during this live broadcast. Good morning, Home Gym Fitness. Make sure you post your questions, your comments, your suggestions live when I can see them. I'm gonna acknowledge you for being here all throughout this live broadcast. That's why I do them live. I can do broadcasts any time of the day and post them any time of the day. You see me do that too. This is our time to connect. So in addition to doing some training, I always have a message for you. I want to connect with you too. If you're watching this on a replay version, it's very early in the morning here in California where I am. I'm training from this beautiful club sport gym. They allow me to come to you live. I just have to make sure that I'm all done before the members come in to film for you. So I always got to keep that in mind as we come here. I can't believe I found you, 48 years old, from Philly. I'm so glad you're here, brother. So glad you are here. All right, guys. Again, so the vast majority of driven, ambitious men who love this whole man formation message to become our best both inside and outside of the gym, I want to share my over 30 years of my passion, my obsession for personal development, why we as people do the things we do, how we can get more out of our talents and abilities, get more out of this amazing journey called life. Over 30 years in personal development, working with the masters. I tell you, that's what made me find my place, my passion, what I was put on this earth to do. About 6 years later, when I ran into bodybuilding and training, so now I've got just about 28 years being totally passionate, committed, how to build muscle, lose body fat, how to structure a day, how to get the most out of it. On my way to becoming a 6-time national champion drug-free bodybuilder, and many of you know, you've been with me for over 20 years, going through all these different phases of life. There's so many men who are new, and welcome. I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad that you found me at this stage of life. All right, I'm gonna help you build muscle. I'm gonna help you lose body fat. I'm gonna help you get that perspective to help you get what you want. I wanna use my just about 30 years in bodybuilding, train as a leader, as a writer. Do a Google search. You can see all the pictures of what I look like back in the day. Hello, Cheeky. Good to have you here, brother. Good to see you. All right. So I saw that message about a decent set of weights and those type of things. You know, stick to this YouTube channel. Make sure that you subscribe. I'm going to be addressing all of these. Really appreciate my efforts. Home Gym, thank you so much. I really appreciate you being here. Make sure that you're subscribed to this channel. I'm going to do a continuing series of guys like us, older men, who want to look amazing. Here I am at 55 years old. You know, I say that 55 years old. I'm 55 and a half years old, right? And we're at this phase of our life. We still want to be amazing, outstanding, live our passion, our continued passion for gym. It's our therapy. It's our passion. It's our pastime. It's our hobby. I want to help you become better and better at it. I want to go through it with you with these continual live broadcasts and all my videos. I want to do that and a lot more, because if you're like me, you know, maybe when you were younger, you dedicated a big portion of your time and energy, your focus on your training, and that was awesome. That was a great stage of your life. Now you've taken on more responsibility, and you know, getting in your workouts or being in that same focused mindset is a challenge, and then how do you put it all together? Hello, Mike. Good to have you here. Hey, post your questions in the comment section. Maybe come back, all right? Because as I do this live broadcast, I love coming to you live, and I love the comments coming through. All right, they come on for just a brief time, so when your questions are a little bit longer and happen to be right in the middle of something I'm sharing with you, it gets challenging for me to even see the question. So I want you to come back, right, and post your comment down below. And I'll take the time. I'll write a book. I'll write a novel. I'll connect you to other videos, whatever I actually do, right, as we do this, right? Guys, Manformation is about becoming the best you can be both inside and outside of the gym. In this video, I want to talk to you older men who have a busy, productive lives. That's what I'm all about, and that's what the majority of men who are attracted to this message, all right? Okay, we're busy, we're productive, we've got bigger things besides our body, yet we want our body, and you're a little bit older. In this video, I'm going to talk about how to build muscle as you get older, how to build muscle as you get older, and I'm going to talk about your why. You hear that all the time, whether you want to be more successful in the gym, outside of the gym, you know, how important your why is, why you're doing the things that you do. I'm going to talk about your why when it comes to building muscle, losing body fat, looking great, reserving that time in the gym with your busy, productive life. Does your why need an upgrade? Does your why need an upgrade to account for everything that you're doing now? Or are you still running from the same mental and emotional patterns that you had in the past? All right, so that's what I'm going to talk about during this broadcast right here. Again, a live broadcast. I know the vast majority of men watch it on the replay version. I want you to set your notifications here on YouTube and all my social media platforms. I want you to set them so we can connect here and we can meet offline. You can push your comments, your questions down below. I see them coming through. Make sure you post them in the comment section so we can connect all throughout the day, right? But this is our time just to go through the journey of life. I want this to be a ritual. Whether you're on my Facebook page, at Skip LaCour page, Instagram, Skip LaCour, Periscope, Twitter, at Skip LaCour, or right here on YouTube, at Skip LaCour. You know, I'm going to do a set or two. All right, I have a pattern as I come to you. I want to connect with our passion for fitness. I want to do a set. I want to show you the muscles, right? Just get you just thinking. Sometimes they won't be instructional as far as the training goes. I did get some comments. They love the little tips that I throw on there. I'm going to continue to do that. All right, but that's just to, you know, anchor us to our passion for training. And then I'm going to come to you with a short message. Usually it's about training, building muscle, losing body fat, and then about life so that we can all flow together. So that's the pattern as I do as we come as I come to you live. What I'm hoping that this does for you is it becomes a ritual, a habit. I have a lot of guys, you know, they come to me, they go through whatever process to actually talk to me, and they look forward to whether they see it, these broadcasts live or not. They do it on their drive, they do it on their cardio, and so we just become partners in life, in the gym, on a continual basis. All right, so that's what I come to you so passionately and so often to do that. Sometimes it's not about the training routine. I got a lot of guys, hey, I just want to train, right? Or about specific questions. You know, life is long. It's a journey. It's putting together a little distinction and strategy every single day. Sometimes it's just connecting. It's just you and I just sharing our energy as we go through 3 months, 6 months, then it's a couple of years. So we're developing a relationship here. Little by little, we're going to all get it done. Building muscle as you get older. I want to talk about that. There's a lot of trains of thought. I have a lot of guys, and you know, maybe they've been training for 20 years. Maybe they've been training for 20 months or 2 weeks, right? Building muscle. I mean, that's what we train in the gym for. We want to build muscle. And so now, as we get older, here's where the challenge is. And I see kind of going in extremes, and sometimes we get committed to this bodybuilding and training lifestyle. Being extreme is what makes us so awesome. Having it black and white, having it super structured, depending on us, you versus you. That mentality, it serves us well. We are a special group of men because of that mentality. We can stick to bodybuilding and training where other people just are amazed at our level of discipline. Sometimes that black and white mentality, looking for the structured template, it blocks us into only 2 choices, black or white. I'm either in or out. Life has a lot more than 2 choices. If we condition ourselves to make it that way, we're going to block off a lot of options and just bring it down to two. Hopefully, the one we pick really serves us. Sometimes it may serve us only to a certain point. And the more options we have, the more ability we have to adjust to every situation, right? So some things to think about. We, as those driven men who can dedicate ourselves to bodybuilding training, sometimes that same black and white, in or out, it's all or nothing mentality, the same mental and emotional qualities that we have can be the very same thing that slow us down, or they can log jam us. We can't get past that 7.5 out of 10 for happiness and productivity in life. We're stuck at that 7.5. And I know if you're the type of man who loves this type of man-formation message, you didn't work so hard just to get to that 7 or 7.5. And I want to be your coach and your friend, give you some objectivity to get more. So let's talk about this building muscle mass, right? A lot of guys give up when they're older. And I hear this all the time, and I've been helping out men for a very long time. And some of them, when they hit that 30 age point, and they just kind of mentally give up. Like, you know, now that I am older, I won't be able to build muscle. At the same time, I've got guys in their 50s, and they've convinced themselves that they're still building muscle like they did as a younger man, right? Hey, if you are happy, if you're having passion, sometimes that's more important, the results you are or are not getting. So if you are happy and you think you're building more muscle than ever at 65 years old than you did when you were 22, God bless you, all right? I'm all about you being happy. I also want to help you produce results, right? So whether you're young or old, the real factor is going to be how long have you been training, right? If you're brand new to training, that's the most muscle that you're ever going to have. I don't care what age you are. It's all about overloading the muscle. It's all about overloading the muscle with really effective and efficient mind-muscle connection while you're doing each exercise. It's not about weight, but the more weight you can do with that mind-muscle connection, whatever age you are, you'll give yourself the best chance to build muscle and preserve what you have, right? So remember that you want to get that great combination between mind-muscle connection and really executing the exercise effectively, and then having as much weight as possible. Now, I'll tell you this, I have a lot of guys, and they say, hey, you don't train like you did when 20 years ago. What's up? You're doing more reps. You don't train as heavily. Well, I'll tell you, I'm not in the same mental and emotional connections. I'm a big boy to realize that the reason why I became a 6-time national champion drug-free bodybuilder and rider is that's all I thought about. You know, if that's all you think about, you better get a lot out of it, all right? I'm not under this delusion that I'm under the same mental conditions. I'm not under the same mental and emotional conditions. I could lie to myself all day long, like I'm the same way I used to be, physically, mentally, and emotionally, back when I was 20, 25, 30 years old, when it was everything to me. I'm not. I've got to make the adjustments, right? I don't even have a training partner, and I would have the same training partner for years, just at the bar. We would have it so pinned down, so I felt so safe going for that one more rep with the most weight. I'm not in those conditions right now. I can lie to myself all the time and think, well, I still trained heavy. There's a lot of guys who've been following me. You're using a heavy type of training routine with lower reps just because it worked for you back 20 years ago. Right? Are you the same man? Can you lift just as much weight as you could 20 years ago? Right? Because if you're not the same man under the same mental conditions, if your body isn't as strong, you got to rethink that training strategy that worked so well 20 years ago, 15 years ago. You got to make the adjustments if you want the results. Now, if you want to just stick to certainty, something that worked like a lucky charm, then continue. Just training the way you used to train. See, I've made adjustments. Right? And I'm not going to just keep on lifting weight just because I did that before and I'm tear up my body and joints. You got to get smarter. All right? So I've lightened up the weight. I've even got better on the form, feel, and execution. And I have to do more reps. You have to make it up in volume. But let me just tell you the biggest thing about building muscle that, you know, this isn't the science of building muscle. I'm telling you this, all right? If you've been working hard and you're getting older, but you've been hitting that muscle, you have that time, you have that experience, you earned that muscle. The chances are great, and I would say this of 85, 90% of the men out there, you have enough muscle, right? You just have too much body fat. You just have too much body fat to really display it. You know, a lot of people say, wow, you really transformed, you really grown. No, I've lost about 15 pounds slowly of body fat. And it gives me this illusion. I have the muscle, right? I've had the muscle, you know, for years. It's just that I just stripped off body fat. I encourage you, that's what you need to do. You need to slowly lose the body fat to display all that muscle that you have been earning for years. It's just being covered up. It's being de-accentuated. You're compromising that quality muscle that you've earned because of the body fat. All right. Now here's the thing about it, and I know what you're thinking, right? You know, you started bodybuilding and training to be big, to be huge, and it doesn't feel good to shrink, right? But that's a mental thing. We're adults now. We're getting older, right? Right. So what you need to do is just understand that when you take your shirt off or whatever it may be, that's where the quality is. That's what you're seeing in me right now. I'm not getting bigger, right? Okay. Now, here's the other thing, too, is that your shirts are going to be getting smaller, and it's not going to feel good. You've been doing this for a lot of years, right? Now, you're swimming in your shirts. Hey, this is a mindset every single day. Buy smaller shirts. You know, you may, at this point in your life, you need that medium and not the large, but you fill it up so people know that you work hard, all right? So you know that you work hard. So you may need to downgrade your 20, 25-year-old way of looking at the world and get lean, show all that muscle that you earned, and get appropriate fitting clothes. You might need to get a medium, or if you're an extra, extra large, you just get an extra large, or if you're an extra large, you just get a large, right? It's time for us to grow up and understand, you know, this whole process. Why are you doing this? Your why is so important to drive you, to get me up in the morning, to come to you, all right, to lose all that body fat. Why are you doing it? Are you still using the same whys that you did in your 20s and 30s? Now, I got all this other response, but those whys may not work. If you ask me why I do the things that I do now, why I still reserve so much time and energy and effort to bodybuilding training with everything else I have to do, the set of whys is a lot different. You know, I'll tell you, someone asked me, do I drink? What kind of foods do I eat? I'll tell you, you know, processed foods, drinking, it's not so much I'm on some, you know, health kick anymore. It's just that my why is different. You guys know I got little small children, right? And I think about my longevity. I think about not just what I look like physically, it's mentally and emotionally, and I understand the way I feed my body fuels my emotions. I want to be present for them now. I want to be present for them later. And I think about those things. How badly do I want alcohol? How badly do I want to eat processed foods? Right? This isn't about, you know, maybe guys like, you know, just building muscle, looking ripped. You know, that body fat, maybe some of the reasons that I had in the past. And I'm more than okay with that. And I hope you are too. All right? So my question to you would be, the why is the most important to achieve anything in life, inside or outside of the gym, right? It's for all of us, right? Does your why need to be upgraded? Are you using old training strategies, old thought processes that worked for you in the past, and you're just carrying them? They're working to a certain extent, but they don't work to the level. They're not igniting you. And now you're finding it hard to get to the gym. Right? You're not training the way that you should, and then how can you expect to have the results that you want when you're not being consistent? So does your why need to be upgraded for who you are today? Really important for you to think about that. All right? So we're going to continue this series of talking to those of us older men with busy, productive lives. I want to give you, you know, how I've upgraded, how I adapted and adjusted and still look great with different set of mental, emotional, and gym strategies and eating strategies. I'm going to continue to share with you what I've learned. We're at this stage of our lives, right? That's why we connect so much on these live broadcasts. We're going to go through this journey again, becoming our best both inside and outside of the gym. Hey, if you love this message, this entire week, I am talking to men who are older, who want to be great in the gym, and they have busy, productive lives. Right? So, training, nutrition, mindset, your goals outside of the gym. I'm making this week your special time to talk to me. Right? So go to skiplacour.com/coaching. skiplacour.com/coaching. I've got some questions for you that I want you to answer for me so I can do my due diligence. I can use all of my years of experience helping men just like you, going through the journey myself. Take all the experience that I have working with my guys one-on-one and know about you so we can use our time effectively and efficiently. So I'm going to be reaching out to you on the phone. It doesn't matter where you are in the world. This week, I am spending my time, I am designating, it's specifically for you men, we men, who want to build muscle, lose body fat, improve our performance in the gym. We're getting a little bit older and we have busy, productive lives. So go to skiplacour.com/coaching. Thank you so much for being here on this live broadcast here on YouTube. If you're watching it on a replay version, that's great too. Like this, share it with your friends. Tell about your older guys what you're doing with your life these days. Right, make sure that you have subscribed to this YouTube channel. Make sure you're on all of my social media platforms at Skip LaCour. All right, have a great day. Have an outstanding day. Have an awesome day. Think big and think bigger. Then get it bigger.